The decade of decision. That's what I want to share with you today. Hey everybody, it's Joel Peterson. Hope you're having a great day today. You know, I just recently went with my son to a meeting all about scholarships. He's a senior in high school this year, and we're looking at scholarships. And one of the things that the lady who was giving the presentation said, you know, students, right now you are in the decade of decision. And a lot of them were like, decade of decision, what's that? And she said, you know, the choices you make right now, you're going to make some of the biggest choices in your life right now. You know, where you go to school, who you marry, you know, what are you going to do for employment? Many of those decisions are going to be made within the next 10 years, and they're going to affect the rest of your life. Now, when she said that, I got thinking about that. I said, you know what? The truth is, almost every day we are faced with a decade of decision. The decisions we make, no matter, not if we're just high school seniors, but if we're 40 years old, we're 50 years old, we're 60 years old, we're 30 years old. You know, the decisions and the choices that you make right now are going to affect your life, the lifetime. So think about right now, where were you 10 years ago? Do you think, you know, 10 years ago, were you thinking you'd be where you're at right now? Think about that. And then next question is, where do you want to be in the next 10 years? Now, next week marks the 10-year anniversary when I quit my job at 3M. I had started internet marketing 9 months before that. I had tripled my income, and I was able to, 9 months later, walk out the door with my box of stuff, not because I'd been fired or because I'd been laid off. It's because I went in and quit that I made that choice that I wanted to have a better life for me, and that was the choice that I wanted to make, even though it was a great company and great people I had to work with. But I will tell you, those decisions I made back then, it was the best decision I've ever made in my life. And I can't tell you, in the last 10 years, I've done more than I have in the previous 30 years of my life. You know, I think about the places I've traveled to, the people that I've met. I've been to Europe. I've been to Costa Rica. I've been all over the Caribbean. I've been to India several times. I've been to Hong Kong. I've been to Singapore. I've been all over this world traveling and just experiencing life. I've been able to jump in a motorhome for a month with my family and travel all over the U.S. I was able to take my family to Europe and travel over all over Europe and experience new things. I've been able to, in 10 years, I've hardly ever woken up to an alarm clock. My life has been so much different in 10 years, and I attribute that to the decisions I made 10 years ago. So I want to ask you this question: where do you want to be in 10 years, and what decisions are you going to make? Now, obviously, if you decide to work at home, you've got to get on the ball and get started. Do it. Get going. Find what works for you. And there's not one magic thing that's going to work for everybody. You've got to, like I said in last week's newsletter, you've got to try a lot of things. But the key is you use the things as stepping stones. Maybe the first thing you try isn't going to be your thing. The second thing you try might not be your thing. And the third thing you take off like gangbusters. Or it might be the first thing you try is you're wildly successful at it. But the key is to keep that in mind. The decisions you make now are going to affect your next 10 years. You really are in a decade of decision. You're always constantly in a decade of decision. So guys, this is Joel Peterson. I hope you will take massive action. In fact, like I always say as I close my videos out, take massive action in your business and your life. This is Joel Peterson. We'll see you on another video. Next week I have something special for you. It's my 10-year anniversary for quitting the rat race. So stay tuned for next week. We've got something really special for you. Bye-bye.